Legendary investor Bill Miller says Bitcoin will rise to $300,000. Next on your 4-Minute Bitcoin. Today's show is from a post by the Daily Hodl staff and brought to you by the BitBlockBoom Bitcoin Conference is coming to Dallas, Texas. Bill Miller, Chairman and Chief Investment Officer of Miller Value Partners, is sharing his crypto investment strategy and why he's bullish on Bitcoin. In a future-proof interview, the head of the investment firm that manages $3 billion in assets describes the start of his journey as a Bitcoin believer. He stated that he started buying Bitcoin around 2013 when it was trading at around $200 or so. It ran up to around $1,200 and then Mt. Gox collapsed. And Bitcoin, well, it collapsed all the way back down to $200 again in 2014. So he began to buy it again at an average cost of about $300. Miller says there are several fundamental reasons why he became an early adopter and long-term advocate of Bitcoin, stating that the nature of what it was trying to do, it had many different ways to win. His view was that if any of those various things happened, like it became a currency, or it became a payment system, or it became a non-correlated asset, if any of those things happened, much less all of them happened, it would lead to a very dramatic move in the underlying price of Bitcoin. Now, that was also helped by the fact that it's limited to 21 million Bitcoin and the fact that it is decentralized. It's not able to be tampered with or even debased. Now, from an investment standpoint, Miller says Bitcoin continues to offer a very favorable risk-reward ratio. And he's also an advocate for a small 1% to 2% portfolio allocation into Bitcoin. In the long run, he believes he could earn 1,000 times or more return on his Bitcoin investment, which would place Bitcoin at around $300,000. Now, back in the 70s and in the early 80s, people were talking about putting 5% of your assets in gold because gold is a hedge against inflation. Now, Bitcoin is an insurance policy in case inflation comes back again, as it did back in the 1970s. He said that if that's a sensible thing to do, then certainly to have 1 or 2% in your assets in Bitcoin makes great sense here and now. The experienced investor also makes a unique case as to why Bitcoin is less risky now compared to when it was trading below $100, which everyone says, I wish I got in early when it was under $100. He states that for most assets you buy, the more they go up in price, the less value there is to be extracted out of them, and the riskier they become. Bitcoin is an unusual position of being the exact opposite of that. It was very risky when it was trading at $1 or $5 or even $10. It could have easily just disappeared. So here we have another legendary big-time investor saying to invest in Bitcoin. I like it. I actually like it a lot. Let me know your thoughts as always in the comments. And this episode was brought to you by BitBlockBoom. The Great Bitcoin Conference is coming to Dallas, Texas in August. And I say Bitcoin Conference because Bitcoin, well, that's all we talk about at BitBlockBoom. We don't talk about altcoins. We don't talk about crypto. We just talk about Bitcoin. So if you're interested in Bitcoin, take a look at bitblockboom.com. I hope I get to meet you in person at BitBlockBoom in Dallas. I'm Gary Leland, the Bitcoin Boomer, and thanks for joining me on another 4-Minute Bitcoin Show. This is a bitblockboom.com production.